Why is it important for you to know your real-time Etsy profit? Not only on Etsy, but in all businesses in general, the business owners that are constantly obsessing and tweaking the dials, competing against their last best metrics in their shops, are the businesses that tend to have beautiful, organized business models. And you can't do this on a high level if you don't know where every dollar is being spent. From interviewing and consulting with hundreds of Etsy merchants at this point, what I've seen is that for most Etsy entrepreneurs, they're either guesstimating their metrics or they have no idea month over month what their actual real-time profit is. Tracking your real-time profit does a lot of things for your business. In particular, we're going to talk about two core things that people benefit from when they know not only their profit, but every single part of their Etsy business engine. So number one, we kind of touched on this already, but when you know your profit and when you know all of the inflow and outflow of money in your business, it allows you to make real data-driven, higher level decisions about your business. So here is a couple of examples. Let's pretend that you have hundreds of different product offerings, similar to us. We have hundreds of listings, and in those listings, that is comprised of over 1,000 of product variations or unique SKUs. In Etsy, on a listing level, you can see what listings make you the most money as far as being the top performers, but you actually don't know which listings are making you the most profit. Inside our real-time profit tracking solution, that is ProfitTree, you can actually see on a per product variation option level the exact true profit on those products. So while you go into Etsy and you might see that your number one revenue generating product is making you the most revenue, what you might discover is that it's actually not the most profitable listing. And in reality, the listing that you thought needed most of your love and attention was actually your third best-selling product. Because maybe in reality, that third best-selling product is actually the one that's generating you the most profit. So in your next best case scenario or next rendition of maybe new products to launch, maybe you should go deeper into that niche or into that type of product photography, since that is the one that is actually being the most profitable for your store. And this is where we start taking the guesswork and actually use concrete hard numbers to make higher level decisions about our stores. Because when you have hundreds of products, you can kind of guesstimate or in your mind know what your product costs are. But again, when you have hundreds of products that might span out into thousands of variation options, it's really hard to know exactly what is being the most profitable for you. In another case example, let's say that you have a product listing in Etsy that is making you a lot of revenue, maybe a good portion of your entire revenue for your shop. And inside of that listing, you have 10 different variation options to buy. And what we can show you inside ProfitTree is out of those 10 variation options, what is the actual variation option and to what percentage is that product taking up the majority of your sales. So in this example, let's pretend that we have one product listing that is the absolute crushing it bestseller for your store. And inside of that best-selling listing, you have one product variation that is making 70% of all of the sales on that listing, meaning that that unique product type in that color and in that size is the one that every single person wants. But we come to find out that that is not what is actually being displayed in the main image. And now we have data to back our decision for actually changing that main image. Because as you know on Etsy, when you have a listing that's performing, historically you usually don't want to change the listing SEO or their images. But when you have data to back that actually says, hey, actually we should probably change the main image to the exact product or the color that they're looking for because that's the one making 70% of the sales. Now we can actually put data behind that decision and confidently change that main image to what people are mostly buying in that listing. And finally, in this last example for why data helps you make higher level decisions, we can talk about your marketing cost percentage. Your marketing cost percentage month over month is normally one of the biggest variable expenses that exist in an e-commerce business, whether you're selling on your own website or Amazon. Usually marketing cost percentage can eat up a lot of your profit profit. So it's important that month over month, we're actually trailing our marketing cost percentage. So if in January, your marketing cost percentage was 20% compared to top line revenue, we would then want to further optimize our ads properly to then get it down to 18% the next month or 16% the next month, and constantly tweak the dials on our ads and optimize our ads properly in order to get that marketing cost percentage as low as possible, and only have the listings on that are generating us the most profit. And again, when we are tracking our profitability and we are able to see these numbers in front of us at all times, it makes it that much more black and white on what actions we need to take. Aside from knowing our profit, helping us make data-driven, higher-level decisions about our business, the number two big important thing that knowing our profit does for us is it helps us stay away from something called vanity metrics. Vanity metrics in business are metrics that we like to look at that make us feel really good and make us seem like we're succeeding, but they're not actually telling us true things about what's happening in our business. And I am not saying I'm perfect. I'm definitely guilty of this too, but when we go off of concrete data, it kind of keeps us away. Well, it doesn't kind of, it keeps us away from falling into this trap. By the way, guys, if you're wondering why I'm randomly sitting next to a tree named Rupert, this is our money tree. This is our ProfitTree mascot here at ProfitTree, and he's gonna be chilling with me in every single video. So make sure you say what's up to Rupert in the comments section, because he's awesome and he needs water. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Vanity metrics. So again, vanity metrics are something that we want to stay away from in our business. It's looking at things like impressions or views, and even as far as clicks to determine whether or not our listing is succeeding. When in reality, the things that we should be looking at is revenue, obviously is a good indicator of, you know, a listing that's taking off, but really profit is the true KPI that we want to follow to guide us on what we should focus on for the next rendition of our products. And so like I mentioned before, inside ProfitTree, we're not only giving you high-level stats on a listing level and calculating things for you like your break-even ROAS, but we're also sharing with you things like your true profit on a per product basis. And again, things like revenue, impressions, and clicks are important, but historically they normally are the biggest numbers on your board and not actually telling you what's working inside of your business. When you have a true valuation of your products and where your products are at in profit-wise, this makes the relationship with your business that much more honest, and we can stay away from those feel-good metrics and really focus on building good, scalable businesses. Most Etsy sellers are doing this guesstimation approach to business, and you're not wrong for doing so, because it is a huge headache in order to do this on a per product level, and that is why ProfitTree is solving this problem for you. And right now, if you're one of those shop owners that are in that guesstimation stage of business, that is totally normal, and you're not alone. This has been a huge problem for all of Etsy merchants. Imagine driving a car with no gas meter and you kind of are guesstimating on the last time you remember filling up versus how much gas you actually have left. No offense, but it's not particularly the type of car that I would want to go on a cross-country road trip in. Again, Etsy is all about competing against your last best metrics. And so when you have that truth relationship with you and your stats, we can then really look forward to the future and have clear insights on what we should focus on for the future. Guys, if you would like to try out ProfitTree, make sure you click the link in the description and you're gonna get your first month free. Also, my name is Hannah. You may know me from the Ecom Hannah YouTube channel. I have been documenting my e-commerce journey on YouTube for over 5 years now. I started my first Etsy brand in 2018. The inspiration for this product was inspired by me having this problem and basically guessing every single day in my business on what my actual profit was, or having to call my dad to help me with super complex Excel sheets to calculate my profit, which even still was technically incorrect. So at ProfitTree, we're super passionate about helping educate you guys on how to run a true business on a high level. I really don't like to set the standard of side hustle mentality when it comes to entrepreneurship, because when you come into the game with that sort of mentality, you kind of try to half-ass things things and overlook one of the most important things, that is having a trackable business model. So it's important for you, if you're gonna go into business, to try to do not everything perfect, because obviously not everything is gonna be perfect when you go to market for the first time, but have a core understanding of business and how to build a trackable business, because that is gonna help you set yourself up for the future. And this was something that was a huge mistake that I made early on in my business. And so building this tool has all come from my personal mistakes and something that I wish that I had when I first started my business, and education that I wish I've had when I first started my business. Because I can almost promise you, if I had a true scalable and trackable business when I was just ascending into my e-commerce journey, I probably could have doubled, if not tripled, my numbers when I was first starting out. Guys, thank you so much for staying to the end. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna be putting out a lot of free educational content about how to build a business and, of course, scale your business with Etsy. So thank you all, and we will see you in the next video.